Sean Botha's in today. That's cool, Kathy. No
When
plans
in doubt,
there.
reboot.
Oh, no plans there, Sean. But we'll have to wait and see. Well, right. Every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets the opportunity to share with the group further insights into their business. They can, let me have a look. I've got to read my script. It's only been 10 years. They can enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves, or they can ask for, they could problem solve or seek assistance or ask advice from the group who's a collective. The time is theirs to choose however they would like. Now, usually I have speakers lined up. Sometimes I do not. That could be because no one was available that week, or the speaker wasn't able to come in, or it could be because I'm waiting for a particular person to show up and I'm hoping to catch them as the speaker as well. Of course, I'm always holding a spot for Ryan Reynolds. Look, this is how it works. If I do have speakers lined up and then Ryan comes in, you're all bumped. Just put that right. That's how it works. But on the other side of it, I've been thinking for a while now that with I've always wanted to be like on the Jimmy Kimmel show or Graham Norton show or something like that, because then I could be on with Ryan and then we could have a bit of a laugh together, but or anyone else. But it's occurred to me, because we're running these meetings all the time, it's kind of like I get to be Jimmy Kimmel or I get to be Graham Norton. We get to have a good laugh and we could literally interview somebody else. So I thought today I would practice interviewing someone. So I've got someone picked. The other side of Ryan Reynolds is, we're doing all this stuff on YouTube. So I'm thinking of a few YouTubers that actually really like in. So it's really just a matter of writing to them until they get the message. And then them coming in with a time zone change to be interviewed for all of 2 minutes. But I've got someone in mind. If I can just flick through all the people. Here he is right here. Oh, there he is. Thank you so much, Kathy. Kathy's done it for me. Mr. Botha, I've decided to interview you today. And the reason I've decided to interview you, smile because you're on candid camera. The reason I've decided to interview you today is simply because of your YouTube channel. So as we're doing all this, practice stuff with YouTube, and I do know that you put 2 YouTube links in, but when I was going through and pressing subscribe and like and all these other things, I've gone, oh, I'm subscribed to Sean's. 39,100 subscribers. Holy cow. You're a little bit of a dark horse there that we were unaware of. So I thought that I would use this to ask you some questions. So while you're here, now that we can see what you look like, I'm going to literally unpin me when I find me, unpin me. There you go, Kathy, do it. And we're going to remove Sean as well. Excellent. That should put us both right up the very top where I need us to be for the video. And then I can see the rest of the group, because I'm going to allow the group to ask questions as well about Sean and his YouTube channel. I'm going to start us off, Sean. So unlike Jimmy Kimmel and all those other ones, it's only the host that interviews. But I'm going to allow the questions to come about from the rest of the group as well. I'm asking in terms of YouTube. That YouTube channel that you got 39,000 subscribers from, how long you had it for?
Well, it's something that's been growing since towards the end of 2023. We're now in 2024, aren't we? I'm losing track of time, so I'm going to apologize for that. But so 2023, look, I was looking at the work that I was doing that was bringing in money, and I was looking at the pile of work at home, and I realized, okay, hold on, YouTube has a couple of new features and a couple of old features, and I remembered what a teacher said and a long time ago, that YouTube is a massive search engine. So I need to use it to my advantage. And I basically started promoting. And I started promoting. And I started promoting. So I was setting money aside so that I could promote. But together with that, I was learning from other people about I don't want to call it SEO, but in simple terms, it is SEO. Okay. So I was looking at using the right key phrases to get the ball rolling. But the thing that gets the ball rolling is where do you promote? And when you're promoting, you're paying for those promotions, and it costs a bit of money to do that. So, and that's the key for the kind of work that I do. Promotion is key. SEO is never going to be enough to get where you want to go. So this has been going in short, since about November 2023 up until now. So I've had numbers drop off in the last couple of weeks because my circumstances have changed. But in saying that, there's things that I know I can keep doing to keep the momentum going until I can start promoting again, if that makes sense. So, yes.
It does. Okay, so you've had the YouTube channel since only last year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a full-time job, is it?
Yeah, well, when you're looking at it from a filmmaking perspective, yes, because you're needing, location, you're needing scripts, you're needing music, and on top of that, you need the content to be original, and that's the thing. So I know that a lot of other people will say you got to go with the trends, but it's not about going with the trends at all. It's about quality and value. If you don't have quality and value, then it's not going to go anywhere. If you want to be popular, be like Mr. Beast, yeah, then make stupid videos and make a ton of money. But the other avenue is add value.
Yeah,
And
so let's take Mr. Beast as an example. So Mr. Beast has like millions of subscribers. He's considered
yeah.
probably the highest amount of subscribers on YouTube. I haven't heard of anyone that's higher than that. So if somebody wants to check out Mr. Beast and see if you can find someone else, but every now and then in a group, different random people will turn out. So Kathy said it this morning, reminded me this morning of Mr. Beast. My boys told me of Mr. Beast ages ago. Someone else, real random. I put something onto Facebook to say, how many YouTube subscribers do you want? Do you want some more? Put your link in and I'll subscribe. And then somebody really random from a group from years and years ago wrote and said, what about Mr. Beast? Oh no, she wrote Mr. Beast underneath her name, which allowed me to go, are you actually Mr. Beast? Oh my God, because I know of him. And like you said, Sean, it's, he does, he might do silly stuff. Silly stuff is good for his person that wants to watch it, great for kids, and whoever it is who wants to watch it. So there's nothing that doesn't work for any particular group. I know my channel, which was originally coming out as like a sales training channel, that was how I thought of it, is just put sales training stuff up. And then, of course, I run Business at Breakfast. And then as I was learning to cut video last year, every now and then I would cut video and put these videos up on YouTube. This year, I've become more diligent at doing it every week. What's supposed to be 4 videos, just an educational snippet and the speaker. 2 weeks ago was 16 videos, because as we're all having a laugh about different things, and if Ryan's name shows up again, well, he gets his own personal video because, I've mentioned his name, and then he gets tagged in. He's going to find me, I promise. And so, it turns into more videos. It takes a lot of time though. And I don't do anything extra. I do like a very rough video, as in like, I'll chop those sections out. I've got no intro, no outro. I've over time worked out thumbnails, but I've got a 12-year-old kid who said, I think it's harder than the YouTubers make it out to be. And it's interesting. You get a small child who says, oh, but it's easy, mum, to then finally reaches 12 and says, I'm starting to think it's not. Maybe it takes more time than you think. So then he discusses things that he notices about a channel and why does he find it and how does he end up pressing on it or the like and subscribe. We've had discussions here before in regards to subscribers. Who are your subscribers? I have the SEO guys write to me and say, oh, your channel should have more subscribers than that. But truthfully, I've got 64,000 views and 300 subscribers. Truthfully, what it tells me is the people that are looking at my channel are adults. And what I've run experiments on with kids on the street is kids subscribe adults easy and fast and easy. Adults don't do it so fast and easy. So it makes sense, Sean, where you say promotion is key. particularly if you try to promote to adults, because they don't press subscribe fast.
So no.
This is how it is.
No. So the thing is just right. It depends on also on what you want to do with your channel. So what's the short, ask yourself what's your short-term goals and what's your long-term goals. So for me, the long-term goal is I've got 6 feature films planned. But to get to that, I need something before that. So something before that is 4 documentaries. What's going to come before the documentaries? And that's the short-term plan. The short-term plan is the lesson program, and that's the foundation of the channel. And once that foundation is laid properly, then I can build up to the long-term goal. But to make that happen, I need to know how to edit. So what editing software am I using? What music am I using? Is the music in keeping with what I'm putting into the video? So if you want to create high-end quality, you use Premiere Pro. If you want to create low-end quality, you use the cheapest editing software that's out there. So so all of that plays a massive role in terms of the quality of what you're putting out, and that quality that you're putting out is going to determine who you're going to attract to your channel. So what happens is if you're playing at the shallow end of the dream pool, you're getting those people going, oh, we can fix your SEO and we can do this and this and this. This is our costings. Those people are basically out for blood. They just want your money. They don't care about how many subscribers you've got. They care about their scam, because that's what it is. People who really want proper business will reach out to you via email or via a phone call, and they will be legit, and you will know when they're legit. So these people that's saying to you, oh, you know what, I want to talk to you about your business. Don't fall for it. Don't listen to it, because they're out for blood.
Kathy will tell you straight up. She says she gets the SEO guys that say, oh my God, I love your channel. I found it. I love all your stuff on it. I can help with SEO. Kathy says, how did you find it? Because clearly my SEO works. You found me in a pool of billions. I know with mine, I've said this one before. Someone said, I can up your subscribers, by, to 1,000 to 3,000 subscribers over the next week. I've gone, I don't want 3,000 subscribers. I want 3.67 billion, because that's what Grant Cardone has. And I don't want less than him. And they've got, million, 3.67 million. That's what Grant Cardone has, and I don't want less than him. And they go, oh no, I can't help with that. Okay, cool, you can't help me. Why go for 3,000? You should be going for 1 million, nothing short of 1 million. So thank you, Sean. I am very mindful of time. I do try to keep everything to time. Okay, clearly that's all blown out of control. Very quickly, does anyone else have any questions for Sean about his YouTube channel?
Sean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to get into what you do?
Oh, wow, that's like asking. I'm sorry, that's like that. There are so many answers to that question. So why? Because when I was 18 years old, I wanted to study drama. I said this morning to Fiona, and I had to make a choice, and the choice was not easy. And I'm turning 47 this year, and all I want to do is make stuff. And making stuff for me means making the music, writing the stories, writing the scripts, filming it, directing it, producing it, and showing people things that they don't know, things that they don't know about where I come from. I want people to know what I lost. I want people to know what I found. And I want people to know that there are so many more stories to tell, because that is what connects us all to each other. And I have to do it. I feel like if I don't do it, I'm going to miss out on the reason why I'm here. And I know that it sounds like a very existential answer to that question, but when you look at the what's underneath it is a music life that started in 1987. We're looking at a creative life that started the day I was born. And I still feel like that 18-year-old who just wants to make money from the things that I'm really, really good at. And the stuff that I'm really good at is the stuff that makes me as a person.
Sean, I'm going to cut in. I really love that as an answer, only because I'm mindful of time too. I love that as an answer. I do find that with us all networking out here, and I know I teach sales, right? So I teach adults how to sell, right? If you know how to sell your thing, the end result becomes this. Because I really love how you said, you know, really, I just want to be an 18-year-old kid again, just doing what I love, right? And getting paid for it. Ultimately, me teaching sales to entrepreneurs and everybody that's out, sole traders that are out, is I get to say to my kids and the kids on the street and all the kids I see at school, I get to say, you know what, you don't have to go into a job and earn money doing something you don't like and be miserable for the rest of your life. You literally can earn money doing that which you love every day. We just have to work out how. And so I like that about you. Paul, I notice your hand is up. So I'm going to get you to quickly answer and then we're going to keep moving on. So yeah, Paul Valley.
Okay, hi, Sean. I like the way you broke up that progression of what you wanted to do, and then this. How did you decide on the progression, and how did you decide on the quantity of each?
So the best way for me to answer that is I know a writer who wrote a very obscure book about South African history. And that's where the quantity of the work comes from. So I want to take that book and I want to break it up because there are small threads of stories within the one book. And it quite literally gives a history of South Africa. So in big numbers, it's 6 stories. In then when we quantify it further, we're breaking it down into how the country was found, and then that breaks down into in smaller numbers, and then when you break it down even further, it goes into the origins, and the origins of quantifying it then breaks down into, okay, so who am I? So again, it's in a weird way, a very anthropological and biographical approach, autobiographical approach to how do I break down every piece of the story into chunks that's workable, that I can put into a format where I can get it out to the masses. So, so it's 6 is the original number, but it breaks down even further.
What's the name of the book?
Sean, what's the name of that book?
To Die for a Night by Abraham Lewis. It's a very difficult read because there's stories inside the story. And then what complicates it is the family connections, and I have to be very careful with how I disseminate that history without compromising the family connections, because it's not just the family connections on the one side, but there's family connections on the other side, which I was told of in the last year or so, or 2 years or so. So there's a lot of threads. So it could quite easily turn into a 20-year project instead of a 10-year project, which starts with the listen program.
Wow. Wow. So lots of cool stuff moving forward. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you, Paul, for your question. Thank you, Sean, for being our interviewee today. That was great. Gives us a chance to sort of really ask interview questions instead of just letting a speaker spotlight. So that was good fun. Thanks for being our very first one, Sean. That was great.